Hey everyone. So it's time to grow some tomatoes. Micro dwarf tomatoes specifically. So what I'm going to plant is, I know I'm going to mess up the name, so I'll show you what it is. It is Jochalos 4 to 8 inch. It's a yellow micro dwarf tomato. So I don't know if you've seen before, so I actually have an Aerogarden sprout. This is designed for herbs to sit on your counter. It's a small footprint. The difference between this one and a normal Aerogarden is this one, the water does not get ported through these holes. So you have to make sure whatever you put in here is going to be in contact with the water. So what I'm going to do, I actually have these older Rockwool cubes. They're a 1 inch by 1 inch Rockwool cube, and I'm going to use one of these old Aerogarden plastic pods. And what's going to happen is, you see they don't really fit that well in there. So what I'm going to do is actually take off the tops, just kind of make it a little bit skinnier so that I can shove this all the way down in the bottom. And then I'll take another one and push that in on top so it comes in contact with the one on the bottom. So it's basically filling up the whole pod, and it will wick water from this one into this one, because this actually has to go down. A normal Rockwool cube, this one here I tried to put in there, it's my 1.5. You can see it is wet, but it was only getting in a little bit, so I would worry that if the water goes down much more than 1/4 of an inch, it would no longer touch this and keep the seed moist. So that's why I'm going with this method. So what I'm going to do is just throw that in there for right now and let that soak the water. I'm actually going to grow tomatoes in this. This is a little less than a 1/2 gallon pot. I mean, this is one that you can get. This came, well, here it's the Garden Factory. But you buy a decent sized plant in this before you're going to go put it in the ground. But I'm going to grow the whole plant in this. So what I'm going to do is 2 seeds in here and 2 seeds in my Rockwool cube here, and then we will let them grow. I'll bring you along and we will do a taste test. So you can't see it, but I have a white piece of paper here and I have my 4 seeds on that paper. So what I'm going to do is just dab some water on my chopstick, pick up 2 of the seeds, and put 2 of the seeds in here. Make sure it comes off. I guess that's not the best thing to do with dirt. And I'm just going to bury them like 1/4 of an inch. Make sure I got that seed off of there. Those seeds are really tiny. Yep, the seed's in there. Okay. And then I'm going to make a couple little holes on the side of the main hole here. Yeah, that's starting to soak in. And I'll grab the 2 seeds for this one. Put them in there. I just covered them up a little bit. Like I said before, you can, you don't have to. And then what I'll do is I'll put the humidity dome on there. And this light, I'll put all the way down as low as it goes. And I will have to cover these other 2 holes. This just has regular water in it right now. And this I'm going to actually soak in. Have a little bit of water here. Going to give this a good dose of water to soak it. This is basically seed starting mix with a little bit of potting soil in there. This has been in the basement for quite a while, so I'm assuming there's no more bugs in it. If there were, So we'll soak that in pretty good. The seeds probably moved around a little bit, but that's okay. As long as the seeds stay in there. Just flatten that out a little bit. Oh yeah, it went through. It's soaking through. I'm going to have to get a little tray because that has holes in the bottom. So once I pick it up, you'll see it's leaking all over my table. You see that? Yes, you can. So we'll soak that up, and I'll get a little tray to put it on. And I'm probably going to just set this right in between these two, because I think that should get enough water. I don't have a tray right now. What I'm going to do is put it right in this. I'll put it close to the big one there, so it gets some good light. Once they sprout, I'll probably end up moving them underneath one of my bigger grow lights, just to make sure it gets enough light. But that's about it. So bring in, got my 2 seeds in there, got my 2 seeds in there. We'll cover those other 2 holes. Again, this is just regular tap water. Well, it's tap water that's been sitting in my jug for a couple days. Well, actually, those have been sitting there probably at least a week now. So most of the chlorine should be purged out of those. And I don't know if anybody's familiar with the sprout. So it does have a little bubbler. I don't know if you can see it in there. There's a little white thing right there. There's actually a little bubbler in there that aerates the water, similar to the pump in the bigger Aerogarden. That's got a little pump in there, so it aerates the water for you. You fill through the top here, and you can have up to 3 things growing in there at once. They got to be small naturally, and this only goes up, geez, I don't even know what that was. Let me set you down here. Yeah, I mean, that's got to be a good 12 inches or so. So I'm hoping that should be enough for this tomato, because this tomato is only supposed to get anywhere from 4 to 8 inches tall. So that's the nice thing about a micro dwarf. It's tiny and doesn't need much room. So I'll let these grow. I'll bring you along once we see some sprouting. We'll see which one sprouts quicker, and then we'll take it through the grow, and at the end hopefully we'll do a taste test, because we're going to get lots of tomatoes, and I'll tell you if I see any difference, what that could be. Alright, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please click the like button, please subscribe, and leave a comment. Thanks a lot. See ya.